All right, all right, all right. Let's go, guys. It is time for the Florencio Files. Yet another game here. And down here in the bottom right, looks like a victim, probably from the Korean server, even though obviously that is not Korean, that is Chinese. I don't know what those symbols are, but I think that's Chinese, is it? Looks Chinese to me. Looks too complicated to be Korean. Korean's simpler than that, right? Pretty sure that's Mandarin. You guys, it's not Chinese, it is? That's one of the more chat says it is Korean. It looks more complicated than most Korean characters to me. Usually, oh, okay, cool. Anyways, over here, what's it say? Can we translate? That's Taiwanese. I don't think Taiwanese is a language, mate. There's only one China, don't you know? Oh. Just kidding. Pretty sure they speak just the same Mandarin though, right? Is there a separate Taiwanese dialect? Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, over here it's China. It's Korean, dude. It's Korean. Korean letters. No one speaks Hangul. No one can read that shit. Really? And a bunch of StarCraft players in chat. You can't even read that shit. God damn. All right, guys. Up here in the top left, representing Dankcraft, it's Florencio. Playing Terran on Purity and Industry. Now, there's a few things I'd like to see from Flo. Number 1, island base. Number 2, gold base in the corner. Number 3, butchering a whole lot of Zerg. That's on my wish list. This is the scaredest overlord I've ever seen. He comes in, he's like, oh, there could be Marines, man. I got to back out. And because of this, and there's no drone scout. Oh, isn't this just your typical Zerg, guys? Let's not drone scout. Let's not do it. Apparently they speak Cantonese in Taiwan a bit as well. I really didn't know that. Pretty sure they mostly speak Mandarin. Not really sure though. Not an expert. Oh, Pat CNC with a big $20 tip. Much love, my friend. You know what? We're going to let Barb read that one out while I make fun of the fact that, by the way, guys, this Zerg, look at this shit. It's like, oh yeah, I have no idea if you're expanding. You could be on 3 bases. You could be on 1. It's cool. Because this is the Korean server, and I'm just going to go for a second gas and a Ravager Ling timing anyway. This is going to be cheesy as shit. We're going to see a whole... Maybe not Lings. They might skip Ling speed. Just build like 5-6 Ravagers, go across. But since Flo loves to get an early tank, that's terrible against Florencio style. He's also got a tech lab to build a Reaper. It's, you know, it's not Wings of Liberty, right, Florencio? You don't need a tech lab for Reapers anymore. It's been a while. Anyway, let's let Barb read that message out, eh?
Count. They like to up that starport count quickly, but Thermal knew the secret to success was in having a ton of Marines and Marauders. I'm getting so excited I can't even speak anymore.
That is definitely the secret, Pig.
You're very entertaining. Thank you.
Thank you, Barb, for reading that message out. And thank you, Pat CNC, for the lovely tip. I really appreciate it. Barb's been with us for a while. I know some people still have been asking where Annabelle is. She got fired. She just couldn't fucking pronounce enough stuff. So I did fire her. I mean, we had some good times. I gave her a good reference. I gave her a good parting salary package. But I was like, look, your main job as me secretary, as a streamer, is literally just to read me fucking donations. That's like 99.9% of the job. And Annabelle was like, cool. Someone would be like, OMG, I love you. And she'd be like, 0 umgug. And I'd be like, really? You still can't read OMG? So we replaced her with Barb. Barb's a bit more educated than Annabelle. So far, she's been pretty good. She does still mess up reading the tips sometimes, but she's getting better. She's getting it. Is that a planetary? Oh my god. Oh my! Oh my! Oh, chat. I say, admit it, you didn't fire her. You just let the air out and put her in the corner with the puncture repair kit. Oh. Dude, how dare you? Annabelle was a real person and Barb definitely is as well. Fuck you. How dare you try and take away her humanity? Fuck you, mate. So anyway, did we get a translation for the Korean letters just yet, guys? No, I don't think so. It's just, okay, Korean letters. By the way, double gas on one base, made roaches, and a spine didn't attack with them. What? What is this build? Why have we got 600 gas? Are we gonna make 36 ravages? Are we preparing? What's all this gas for? Korean letters. Oh my god. Flo has got a Viking. It's clearing up the OVs. He's got a planetary there. He still doesn't have an orbital. So I'm a little sad, guys. To me, this is a reversion, honestly. We've seen Florencio here go backwards. You know, some people develop very linearly. They go up, maybe they plateau for a bit, they improve. They get better, they improve, they stabilize, they stay at the same for a bit. Florencio, you know, I used to tease him in his first month of learning Terran because he never remembered to make an orbital command. I'm sure he's got a Florencio scientific justification for no orbital here. He's like, nah, man, if you make mules, your minerals mine out faster. You know, I'm sure there's something that's so huge in the brain region that I cannot possibly comprehend. And then he starts it almost as if he can hear me making fun of him. As if this is a live game played right here in front of me. He's going in Armory, a couple of Widow Mines. He's got a good little pack of Cyclones. Cool to see Flo get into the Cyclone tech. Haven't really seen him use that before. And I'd love to see another command center, like I said, and then float over there. This Viking, just making sure this whole middle area is cleared up. So it's going to be Roach Hydra. Still no plan to spend that 600 gas bank here for Korean letters. And Fusion Core and Drilly Claws on the way. Now, some people would say, wait, this is Diamond on Korea? I thought Diamond on Korea was better. I would have way more stuff by this point. What you got to remember, guys, is you can get incredibly far on the Korean ladder by just being able to defend cheese. Like this player here, you might be like, what is this overly safe opening? You can get really far. Most players on Korea have their build completely mapped out before the game starts, and there is a fucking Twilight Zone. I call it the Twilight Zone. It's basically all the way through Diamond to about Masters 2 on the Korean server. And whoa, shit, let me finish that thought later. Roach speed isn't ready. The Roach is waddling their little asses down. Stay. You gotta get it. He stays. 2 Cyclones. Oh, some big, juicy mine hits in the middle of those Roaches. And it even scares them back. He didn't know how far the Roach field, the Widow Mine field went. So the Roaches actually back off. It is raining like a mother trucker outside. And it's blowing wind a lot. So we're gonna close this window. I can feel drops of water blowing into my room. It's raining sideways outside. Holy shit. Damn. Crazy weather lately. Good snipe there. So what was I talking about? I was talking about, the Twilight Zone. Yeah. These players will have 350 APM. You can get a Diamond 2 player on Korea, and they will honestly just micro their ass off. You're like, am I playing some fucking student of Maru? Like, what's going on? What's happening? This guy's insanely good. They'll be dropping in 2 bases, picking up, dropping wounded Marines, picking them up, dodging projectiles, like crazy micro, tight, aggressive timings. And then you'll realize that they're like 30 workers lower and a base lower than any player on any other server would be in the same situation. You're like, oh, you have like no follow-up. And there's times where like, because their build is preset before the game, they will like attack into the worst possible angle. You got like 3 tanks up a choke point, and they will like try to shove their way up a ramp. Because they're like, well, this is my timing. I attack now. And I'm like, oh, this is actually really stupid. So it's impressive because the mechanics are just so much better. On Korea, the players, they love their micro, they love clicking, but they will also do some nonsensical shit. Did he just kill the fucking dog? Oh, what the fuck? Fuck you. Fuck you, Korean letters. Oh, man, I hope you all saw that Maynard clip. He's like, we all love Dream. We're cheering for Dream here. Dream kills the dog, and Maynard's like, fuck you, Dream. Speaking of get fucked for killing the dog, I told you, he had a timing in mind. He's going to commit to it no matter what. Oh, slow on the repair. Flo, you've got to repair. No, Flo's micro letting him down. He only repaired with like 5 SCVs. And that is the downside of using an Xbox controller. Luckily, no overseer. A tank on the high ground. The SCVs all going down. Those Widow Mines are about to refill. Oh my god, these tanks. Okay, this is the point where you back off Korean letters. Do not do a Tefl. Do not do a Tefl. If you don't know what doing a Tefl is, guys, it's one of the most famous throws in StarCraft 2 history. Neo Planet S. Tefl versus MVP WCS 2014. Tefl, a very high-level Polish player, decided after doing a Roach Hydra timing, crushed MVP's move out, and then decided to counterattack for the win. And what Tefl did was there was a few tanks on the high ground, and he kind of ran his Roach Hydra back and forth in range of those tanks for a solid 3 minutes until his max of Roach Hydra died while picking off like a depot and a command center. And everyone was like, wait, what? What is he doing? He's up, and you could see the supply was like 200 to like 80 supply of MVP, and these 2-3 tanks murdered everything. And Tefl like pulled out, and we're like, okay, he's good. He just needs to stabilize. And he just kept making Roach Hydra off 57 drones and running into the natural and never killed these tanks. And it was like, what are you doing? Go, if someone can find that VOD and link it for me, I'd love to look at that at the end of this this replay. The first BC comes in. Yamato's a queen. Does pick off a drone or two. Uh-oh, that's too many Hydras. Flo, you gotta get the fuck out. I love it. He goes deep, though. He says, you know what? Let's just jump down to the third. Never go home. Always go deeper. My name is Florencio, and I like to fucking run around. Oh, he changes targets to the Overlord just before killing it. Gives time for the other player to transfuse it. Was that not the most Florencio move you've ever fucking seen? Did you guys see that? He clicked on the Overlord accidentally. He misclicked it. Now, some would say misclick. Let's be real. It wasn't a misclick. That was part of Florencio's scientific thesis. He did actually break all our brains when he pointed out that splitting damage up across multiple units, especially when you're playing Zerg, actually does more damage potential. People said, why is that? And he said, well, if you put it across multiple units, they're going to regen that hit points. More regen equals more damage that can be dealt. Therefore, scientific thesis, the more units you split your attacks across, the more overall damage you end up doing, and therefore you're more effective as a Terran player. A bunch of what we call try-hard cucks have actually tried to dispute this theory, saying it makes no fucking sense and is utter nonsense. But you know what? After watching Florencio win with it many times, I've actually come around. I used to be on the other side of the fence, and I've said, it's beyond my comprehension, but it's clearly correct. So you know what? Big brain, large donger Florencio, maybe he breaks our expectation. The physics of the universe don't necessarily hold up when you're dealing with this man. That's just the way things go. Look at this push, by the way. He's on one base. This is a desperate push from Flo. 3 tanks, 6 mines, and 3 BCs. Oh my god, he's going to trickle in. He's trickling in. No. Okay, he's going to clump up. He's going to clump up. That's going to maximize the splash. The tanks are sieging forward on creep right now. Flo, you psychopath. You're so lucky he didn't jump on you just then. The Widow Mines need to get the biggest hits they've ever got. The Hydra's clumping as much as humanly possible. And that is a field of dead Hydras, and the BCs escape. A fantastic trade for Florencio. But remember, this is still a 44 drone Zerg versus a 1-base Terran. He's got another command center. He's desperately got to move it down. There's still... Does he not know what detection is? Oh, no. He's still not making overseers. There's a spore there. It's just out of... Oh. Okay, so we've swapped to the vision here of Korean letters, who's now going to get lured into the Widow Mines again, yeah? No? Do you know what... He doesn't know what an overseer is. Oh, no. Why would you teleport here? You're on 1 base. Every BC is so valuable. This is not even that far away. The same Hydras you just teleported away from got here by the time. Florencio is such a fucking gronk. I love it. Oh my god. Dude, these Widow Mines. Oh my god. 9 kills, 8 kills, 6 kills, 5 kills, and 5 kills. And once again, Hydras just walk into it. Okay, the Spore's in range of 2 of these Widow Mines. So the Queen does start to clear them up. Flo finally decides to land his expansion. He's got no mighty. He's got to get those SCVs. Mighty the other base. No. How have we not figured out how to make an overseer yet? How do you get to Diamond League and not know how to make an overseer? Do you think he knows, or does he think it's an ability of the battle cruiser that keeps killing his Hydras? Do you think it's an ability of the... He's like, oh yeah, the BC does these magic explosion attacks in 2020, I guess? Like... what are you doing? Oh my god, these 3... Look at the fucking Chad mines, man. my god. All the lava get blasted. That BC, he wants to... He's still trying to be a dick with the BC. Look at this. Okay, is he going to teleport home? Please. Still, we're not building any spores. No detection. Holy shit. Eureka. He's figured it out. After hovering over the tooltips for a solid 5 minutes, Korean Letters has found the mobile detection unit of the Zerg, the Overseer. It took a goddamn while. Oh my god, but he does it. Clears out those Widow Mines after they kill about 37 Hydralisks. These Widow Mines gonna waddle their way out. Flow still here with the fantastic macro. I mean, I cannot believe the cost efficiency in this game. He's still keeping it up. The run-bys coming in. Hellions going for the stack of drones. But you know what? Behind this, Florencio still has not even transitioned SCVs to his natural. I don't know why he's landing a Viking there either. They're all just standing there. Hey! Peak StarCraft. After 10 minutes of dicking his opponents with an army that just would not die, Flo realizes getting another base of workers would be advantageous at this juncture. Transitions down there, takes the gas. Please float this down as well, Flo. That Widow Mine doesn't even get to fire, unfortunately. I think it was on the low ground. Couldn't quite see that. There's only 1 BC left and 10 Hellions. Those Hellions need to roast this shit out of this Zerg place. So the BC comes in. It says, hey guys, come fight the BC. Come defend your main base. The Hydra's very slow to react, but they will. Will they react towards it? Oh my god, that BC doing damage. The Hydras react to the main, and the Hellions run into the third. It's a brilliant maneuver. A classic 1-2 punch. No focus fire on the Hellions. They've just been hold position. Nice hold position, Micro. So he hold position so they don't chase the Hydras. They just attack whatever's in range. So once the Queen died, they automatically change targets. The BC did teleport to safety, by the way. And now we've got a 20 drone Zerg. Unfortunately for Flo, there's still mineral lines available. Luckily for him, his opponent's about as good at transferring workers to new, fresh mining bases as he is. 15 workers mining 4 mineral patches right there. Meanwhile, we need another planetary. Come on, we need another planetary. This Overseer's out now. We can't win with just mines anymore. The planetary does start to slowly erect itself, but similar to an old man who's given it a rare opportunity to prove his youthfulness. The vigor isn't quite there, and honestly, you just kind of have to be really patient. Go make yourself a smoothie or something, do some fucking squats. It's going to be a while till he's ready to jam, if you know what I'm talking about. It's slowly starting to poke its little head out, and thankfully the Hydras have decided to go clear up the many non-existent bases of the opponent. The Changeling says, let's go in there. Let's, the Overseers are here, but let's move command into the Widow Mines again. So as I said, fantastic attacking Micro, very popular on the Korean ladder. Once again, brings in the Overseers and seems to move into the Widow Mines like a large brain player. The Battle Cruiser comes down as well, along with the Planetary, and we see a gigantic Hydra force. Basically, I'm trying to, what is the analogy for that engagement we just saw? I think it's tackling someone. Like, it's a David versus Goliath fight. In this case, Florencio was the Goliath. He's a gargantuan mountain. You know, standing 9 feet tall, 270 pounds of pure muscle. We're talking about a mountain. The Korean guy here, Korean Letters, was like, I'm the Scorpion. And said, you know what? I gotta use speed, agility, and tactics and not be afraid to fight dirty. But that last engagement, honestly, I think the only accurate analogy I can give that really describes it is he said, you know what? I've got to find my opponent's weak spot. And I think he decided the weak spot was the testicles. But the only analogy for how this fight was executed is rather than kicking, stabbing, or striking, he decided to dive and tackle him, and his literally ended up with his opponent's balls on his face, and his opponent's just holding him there and rubbing his balls on his face and going, well, that was, yeah, okay. If you want to teabag yourself on me, I'll let that happen. I was kind of honestly afraid you'd stab me. You'd use the Overseer Hydra to outrange the Widow Mines. Maybe you'd kick me in the nuts, but apparently it's literally tripping over as you go to tackle them, and you just end up with their nuts resting on your face. And then they fucking rip your arms off, shove their fingers in your fucking eye sockets, pop your head open, and you're dead. So GG, well played. Once again, Florencio's gift for destroying players with Widow Mines finds a whole new peak level of existence here against a Korean player who unfortunately took a solid 6 minutes to find what an overseer was. GG, well played. Florencio, once again, making his opponent not enjoy playing StarCraft, want to quit the game, and be like, fuck this shit, Terran's OP. GG's, mate. Well played.